Good afternoon, Gman Division 3A, and for those who it's Father's Day today, happy Father's Day. Really apologise for how late this recap is. It's been mental last week for me. I had my son's birthday on the Wednesday. Just happened to get a hot tub, so I've been in there when I can, and I've been working a lot due to nasty sickness bugs going around, so I had to work most of the days. So I just haven't had time to do recap. And unfortunately, you buggers, most of you have played this week as well, so it's a bit of an awkward one for me. And if things wasn't worse, I got a terrible knuckling dicing, what do you want to call it, in my last game. What I needed to win to have a chance of winning the championship. Unfortunately, I got a draw. So, sad times for me as well. But I think I've won 6, drawn 5, lost none, but I still might not make the 3. How bad's that? So, do apologies. The intros, I think I'll be back next week. Luckily, though, next week I am off Wednesday, Thursday. Now, what I'm trying to try and do, if any of you guys want to join me on Wednesday, I'm trying to get it done maybe the morning or afternoon. Please let me know, because if I can get at least one or both my recaps done on a Wednesday, that would be really helpful. So unfortunately I'm by myself today because I just didn't know when I could get time to get this recap done, unfortunately, so I couldn't get anyone really involved because, like I say, I didn't even think I'd be able to get it done today with it being Father's Day here, but I've just been given a bit of a gap. So I thought, instead of just sitting there chilling out, I'd get this recap done for you guys. So let's get on with it, I guess. Let's get on with what happened last week then. So, Dark Angels of Lilith versus Crusaders Tendencies. 2-1 win for the Dark Angels of Lilith. You know, we had Zunkon last week, and he talked to me a bit about this game. The Dark Angels played very, very well. There's a few key elements where if things gone the other way, he may have been in trouble. But he didn't, and he got the win 2-1. And there's not much really you can say about him, can you? He's such a good coach. Very consistent. Only 4 hour breaks, but didn't stop him getting a 2-1 win. 56% ball possession was always good. When I like to see elves with over 50% ball possession. That means they just haven't panicked and scored quickly. They've actually, tried to control the clock. And the Orcs did pretty well as well, 43% ball possession. They got their TD as well. A few little passes there also. 47 blocks, 25. You got 7 KOs, 2 injuries. So that's not bad for the Orcs, to be fair. And Dark Angels of Lilith got the one injury as well. But yeah, the Dark Angels are looking really good, aren't they? As we look at Leaderboard shortly. They're looking in a pretty solid position. And I was talking, obviously, off air to other coaches, and obviously after my game on Saturday morning, a team I'd expect to beat 9 times out of 10, and everything had gone wrong. His drive was sunny, my drive being chosen with rain. He took a chef, he took 5 and 6 rerolls. You know, I had a blitz in a J5 or double 1, so he scored. You know, he needed a 6+ to dive into my cage. He got a 6+. You know, them sort of games. And I said, you know what? I was annoyed about it, but you know what? Why I'm not really annoyed? Because I'm going to get to see, hopefully, Hunter will make the big playoffs. And obviously, the likes of the Dark Angels of Lilith, and on the recap on the other side, and we'll have some in the challenge as well. And I've still got a chance to be in the challenge. So I've got all you guys to cheer on for. So when I thought of it like that, I thought, you know what? It ain't that bad. And, you know, if I don't make the playoffs, at least I've got you guys to cheer on. And hopefully, maybe if I tip the other team, you guys can win. Maybe. But going back to the Dark Angels of Lilith, like I say, he's a good coach. 15 points of XP. But again, you know, the Orcs, they did alright as well. They got 13 points of XP. And look at that. Weewah, yet again. He knows where that TD line is, doesn't he? He knows. I said last week I expect huge things from Weewah. I really do. I think he's going to be one of the big standouts in ReBBL in the seasons to come. So let's hope for Zunk's sake he can become really good. So yeah. Now this one if there's any result, I'm gonna put it. If there's any result, what upset me more than my own game on Saturday was this one. It was always going to be tricky, especially if the Pirates their claw worked. But I was really confident that my brothers band would get this done. Wasn't to be. 1-1, and like myself with my 1-1 draw, that's probably stopped the Khemri of any chance of winning the league. But like me, we're still challenging for a challenger spot. I tell you what, if he gets the challenger spot, I think he could win the full thing. You know, no pressure here, Khemri. The Pirates of the end starting to get a few good wins now, or some positive results like this one. Like I say, he's got the firepower to do it. And he controlled the clock as well, did the Pirates of the World End, so that was good to see. 43 blocks, 7 KO, 7 injuries. I mean, that's severe firepower. And it was just too much in the end, wasn't it? Where my brothers in bound, 39 blocks, 1 KO, 3 injuries, 2 kills. So they both really went at it. And you would think the big winners out of this was the other teams. But yeah, it's frustrating because there's been games where you think, oh, brothers in band, you think they might not get a positive result and they do, and then a game I thought you get a positive result out of the do. Well, a 1-1 draw is good, isn't it? But when you come to the nitty gritty and you need the 3 points, 1-1 just feels like a loss, doesn't it? But it is what it is. Pirates did very well. They got a lot of XP. 23 for them. Jack Rackham, the impressive Jack Rackham ball handler, he's still racking them up. And 14 points for my brothers in band. So good news is they've still got a chance of a spot for the challenge. And I think this week they're playing against the Norse, who obviously have got computer issues, so they might get a free win. So that will help the Khemri as well. Chocolate Changelings v the Boondocks Keynes. The Boondocks Keynes are having a nightmare at the moment. 2-1 win for the Chocolate. They get back on track. And I'd quickly noticed when I came in earlier that obviously it's been a bit rough for the Boondocks Keynes because he's lost this week as well, to my knowledge. And he's feeling, oh, maybe I need a break. You know, and what I'll say is, yeah, breaks can help. But what I would say to you, and I do a recap, I don't remember what it is, this is, 3 years. So I recap 4C, and there's 2 Lizardman teams in there. And coming up to this season, their records weren't very good. It was like, I don't know, 17, played 17, let's just say played 17, won maybe 3, lost 10, and whatever. You know, not a very good record. You know what? This season, one of them's got a really good chance of making the playoffs. And the other one has had his best season ever in ReBBL. Before that, and I think he'd had only the one who just had his best season. I think he had 2 wins in all the season, or 3, not many wins at all. It's just a case of hanging in there. I mean, it's not for me to say if you should carry on or quit, but you know, the Boondocks Keynes are just having one of those seasons. You could play next season; they could be completely different. You know, Fairy Harem, they was in my division, our first division, and they did amazing. Everything seemed to work. This season is playing just as good, but the dice or the result just ain't going. And you know, I believe Fair Harem next season will probably have a good season. It's just this game can be so frustrating. It really can. I mean, on Saturday I was pissed. You know, I can moan like a bitch, but I was really annoyed. So I get it, and obviously mine was a big game, and I was like, oh, you know, I should win this one, and it didn't. And that's Blood Bowl for you. I mean, the dice is at the end of the day, and things can like put a spoke in there. But the thing is, the good thing about Blood Bowl, it means that, you know, when we play the likes of the Bleeding Hippies and the champions that because it's a dice game, we're always going to have a chance. And you know, it is tough for the Skinks at the moment, and it's up to you what you want to do. I mean, it'd be sad to see you leave, or at least have a season 2 off. Because the way I look at it is, it can help, but I can tell you what, when you come back, you're still going to get bad beats. We all do. Don't care how good you are, you know. So I hope you stay, even if it means just changing team, maybe, you know, re-roll into something else. Or if you think the Boondocks Keynes are cursed, re-roll into another Lizard team. But yeah. So I hope you hang around because you're a good coach. And ReBBL needs nice people and good coaches for definite. So hopefully, you'll stay. But Chuckle Jones, could see them getting back on track. 62% ball possession, 5 passes, 5 catches, so maybe a bit of farm in there as well. 6-9 blocks, that's a lot of blocks. 2 KOs, 7 injuries, and this is it. You see, 7 injuries, that's a lot of injuries to take. I mean, the Boondocks Keynes had gone through the wars. Obviously, they only threw 24 blocks, 1 KO, 1 injury, only 18% ball possession as well. So it's very one-sided. And look at this. Oh, 30 XP against 10. So Chocolate Changelings, and they need this Changelings. They've been a bit up and down, and things haven't gone their way. And this is Blood Bowl. I mean, the times I've seen a team get beat, or whoa, I didn't think they'd lose this week, and the next week, boom, they get themselves a win. It can be very up and down come Blood Bowl, and it makes us rip our hair out. But yeah, the Changelings did really well there. The Boondocks Keynes, obviously the season's really over. They're just gonna have to keep plugging away, and hopefully at the end of the season, just maybe it'll hang around. Player. Good to see the Fairy Harem get a win. Jungler Beats, well, it was a funny one this, because I think, if I remember correctly, the Jungler Beats got beat, but they did get a lot of XP and they did get quite a few level ups. So, you know what? This season's already gone, but he's got the level ups, so it feels like he's got something positive out of it. And he actually, 62% ball possession. It's very rare you see a team lose when they've had 62% ball possession. The problem he's got, though, is his Fairy Harem, and they're rats, and rats don't need much of an opportunity to rack up the TDs. 31% ball possession for the rats, 2 passes, 2 catches, 45 blocks, 3 KOs, 1 injury, so, and like I said, Fairy Harem's a very good team, and all of a sudden they're just starting to find a bit of momentum. He's come a bit too late this season, but if they can carry that into the next season, he's going to be a big danger to anyone. The Jungle Beats, they've just been decimated with injuries, haven't they? They've lost a lot of the blitzers. But this is a promising one. Even though they lost 43 blocks, 2 Ks, 3 injuries, and I do believe when we go to the team sheet, they did get 3 level ups, and they didn't lose anyone this week, which is huge. So that's good. 18 points for Fairy Harem. And 18 points for Jungler Beats. So XP, very nice. Thanks very much for both of them. Both got 18 points each. And yeah. Now here was the big one. This was a huge result. The Big Cups getting a win against the Flylord Servants. I really... Well, I'm surprised because I thought the strength and everything would mean the Neg would dominate. They're both very good coaches, so it wasn't like... I think they're both very similar in ability coach-wise. I didn't see the game, but I tell you what, 1-0 for the Dwarfs. What a win that is. And I talked to Juvasek, and I agreed with what he said. He said, I've got some really tough games. I mean, obviously, this Nagel team's in good form. Really, powerful and strength. And he had the Undead next week. Now, reports from my reporter, Goblin McExploring, has told me that the Big Cups beat the Undead 1-0. And if they have, that is huge. Huge. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. But yeah, let's have a look at this then. So the Servants only got 6 outbreaks. Don't forget, this is a bit of a different Nagel team. They haven't got much killage. They're more like they've got ball handlers and everything, and 12 for the Big Cups. Now here's the big thing: 68% ball possession for the Big Cups. They got the ball, they kept the ball, and they told the Servants, "You ain't having this. This is our ball. We want to get into the playoffs, and we're going to get the big W." And they did. And it's funny because they've just gone on a crazy win streak. It's just amazing. We'll have a look at it in a minute, but I'm sure they've won about 6 on the bounce now. It is absolutely crazy. It really is. But 43 blocks, 4 KOs, 2 injuries, 1 death. And the Flylord Servants only 1 KO in 60 blocks. So they got more blocks, they just couldn't get through the armor. And this is the time where he probably wished he had a bit more claw and mighty blow. Only an MVP for the Servants. What a terrible game for them. Lost. Might have cost them a chance of getting the top spot. They've still got a chance for getting the... Is it called the Challenge Cup? But apart from that, disaster. The Big Cup's not bad. 8, 10, 12 points for them. But the win's what they're bothered about. Huge win for the Dwarfs there. This one we already know the Norse unfortunately have got PC issues, so obviously the Undead get that 1-0. And finally, the Crusaders of Caldor lost 2-0 to the Space Bounty Hunters. Another good win. And this is the other team what's up there as we'll have a look. Now, the leaderboard, I will stress, will look a bit skewed because a lot of teams have played already. But a 2-0 win for the Bretonians there. Let's have a look. 81% ball possession. Bretonians this season doing amazing. I mean, we've got one in my division. He lost the first two games because he was on holiday, and he's won, I think, 8 or 9 on the bounce, and he's top. You know, I played him last week as well. And everywhere I go, Brets seem to be doing really, really well. And this is another one who has a chance to make the playoffs. 81% ball possession, 27 blocks, 3 kills, 2 injuries, 1 kill. So not many blocks, but he got it done. And the High Elves, 33 blocks, 2 kills, 1 injury, but they only had 12% ball possession. They very rarely had it. 7 points for the Crusaders and 15 for the Space Bounty Hunters. But the Bounty Hunters are just getting it done at the moment, aren't they? They're another of those teams. Like the Postman always delivers. Right, so that's that week done. Usually I go to leaderboard, but I am going to switch it to this one. We'll just have a brief go through this because I feel like we have to because there's some big results here. Ironically, I tried to get a window to do this game, and the game of the week was going to be this one. And I wrote it all down, and when I just checked ReBBL, see if any games were getting played in my division, this one was getting played, so I was like, oh, bloody hell. And then I was called into work, and that kaboofed that. Ironically, I did tip the Dark Angels to win that one. But it's alright saying that now they've won. But that was a huge win for the Dark Angels Lilith, because if they'd have lost that, that would have put the Servants back in it, and that would also put the base Bounty Hunters who won 2-0 as well, right up there as well. Here's the big cups win. So these guys, these two, who were in the chase map, they both won. The Dark Angels won, and all of a sudden the Savants are in serious trouble. We'll go into more detail of that next week, but with the leaderboard as it is, let's have a look. So, 25 points for the Dark Elves, 24 for the Big Cups. So there is 1 point between them. You know, that's how close it is. 23 points for the Brets. So there's 2 points separate in the top 3. 19 points for the Nagel, and there is 18 points for the Undead, for the Khemri, but they may be getting a free win because obviously the Norse have got 8 PC issues. If he gets that, then obviously it becomes 21 points, and that would jump him up here, wouldn't it? Into 4. I think Nagel and Khemri, they are really playing for a playoff spot. You know, like about the 3rd spot, I think. I think the race is between the top 3 now. I think with Servants losing this week, that's probably sunk them. Because I mean, what's that? So there's only 6 points up for grabs for most of these teams now. So they've only given 25 points, and he's on 25 points already as a Dark Angels, so they'd have to lose both their games. So yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Nagel, but obviously Khemri, if they get that win, as I think they will, that will give them a bit of a shot. But I think, you know, Nagel and Khemri, best chance to get in that 3rd spot, I think. Anyway, let's go to the teams. So let's start with Flylord Servants then. Let me just get my things here. Number 12. Now this was a big loss. Don't forget, this is some of these guys have played since. I should have done this recap. But number 12, best scores. He was a wrestle tackle 2-headed guard piece. He's dead, so he lost his ball sacker, and he didn't level anything up either that week. Like I said, I don't know what he's done this week. I know he lost, and I don't know if he's had any level up, so we'll go into that next week. But yeah, losing to the Dark Angels basically has put him in a really tough spot to qualify now, I think, in the top 3. He can do it because he's a good coach. I just think this team needs a bit more punch and a bit more guard now. And if he gets that, he'll certainly do a lot better next season. But yeah, as long as he got taller, he's always going to have a chance. So Tall Dwarfs, we can't do them because, hey, they didn't play, sadly. And Crusaders of Caldo, Nelson died. He was a block guard Lano. And obviously, as you can see from the game they played this week, they've got players missing. Number 2, and I don't know if anyone else has died or anything, but it's a funny team, this, because like when we did the preview at the beginning of the season, me and Hunter, we did have concerns that a lot of these tiles were banged up, and he may lose a few, but I still believe he's got some good potential. Number 7 is a beautiful piece, and even number 2 he's a nice piece as well. So he's got a few good pieces here, and if you want to keep playing a high elves, then I would strongly suggest keep playing them, because there is some nice pieces. The problem he's got is we keep replacing them, and he's got 240k in the bank. If that was it, you can't win this. You can't win nothing this season apart from matches. I would just keep banking, and then because I didn't do too great this season, the way obviously the transfers work is the people who finish low get the first picks. So if he's quite clever, he may get a really good buy in the transfer market, and then if he's got a bit of cash left off, it might even be able to get a free agency pick as well. I think the Crusaders have done well. They've given it a good shot, and I've enjoyed watching them. Like I've enjoyed watching everyone in my divisions, and I think with a bit more luck, he'd have got a few more wins. So hopefully next season he'll get a lot more good fortune. Hopefully. Now then, the Brets. What happened to them? Well, number 1, Lespiegel the Cursed, the curse. He got a level up, and he got dodge. Number 14, the West Bob, who we still have. He got wrestled. I don't mind that. And number 6 was missing next game, but obviously he's back now, and he was a wrestle piece. This team, to me, I mean, the guy I like is Fair Valentine. Great guy. And he's very important to this team. The leader, Blitzer, is as well. They've all got Dauntless. He's got a Mighty Blow piece. He's got some guy. Got some Stamp Fam. Like I said, it's a solid team. But I think what makes this team really good is the coach. The coach, if you put this to a lesser coach, this team wouldn't do as good. I think that's fair to say. But Pavilion is a very, very, very good coach. Really classy coach. And he's getting it done. And you wouldn't want to back against him not making the top spot his own. If the Dark Angels drops some points, this guy could quite easily make him pay for it. Because there's only one spot, isn't there? There's only one spot for the Big Boys League, as they call it. I know some people in Division 3 weren't happy about that. They were saying, well, actually, it should be 2. Because we're in Division 3, we deserve more. And then, obviously, maybe one spot for the challenge. So I know that was discussed, but, I don't know. I try and keep myself out of politics the best I can. Regarding ReBBL and all that stuff. But I quite like the challenge. I think it's a really, really good idea. I like what they've done. I really have. Would I prefer, what is it, like 4 spots in Division 1? I think I would have probably give the first 3 in Division 1 and then give another spot to Division 3. But maybe I'm being biased because, hey, I'm from Division 3. I don't know. But this team, to me, it's the coach. It's the coach what makes this team good. It's a no-frills team. I like what he's picked. Like the guard, like the stand firm, like he's got a dead player, wrestle, tackle, peasant, why not? And who does not love Fair Valentine? I like Fair Valentine, and I'll weep if someone kills that person. But well done to him. Alright, good old Zunks Gokusadal tendencies. I don't think they've played this week. Now, my boy Wee got another one. He's 2 points away from getting, hopefully, piling on. Unless he casually rolls double 6 and gets himself, an extra bit of strength. Number 3, Umbrella has got level up, and obviously he got tackle. So them 2 pieces are going to look good now. What would you get next? I would get stand firm. Yep. Number 2 and 3 stand firm, because if you can tag the ball carrier and then someone tries to blitz you off and the fail, someone's going to have to dodge you away on a -2 or hand off to someone who isn't the ball carrier. So that would be what I'd be going next. Weewa is going to have to be the killer from Manila. And it just needs them Blackhawks developed. You know what? I know some people don't use the transfer market, but I'd be looking for a Blackhawk. Really mean, dirty Blackhawk. With maybe, you know, guard. Might blow a guard, stand firm. Bit of beefy strength, I don't know. Because, you know, number 7 Super Duper isn't very Super Duper, is he? I'd be looking to trade him and get in a good quality Blackhawk. Because they're not far up in a really good team, these. And they're only going to get better next season, aren't they? But that's the only thing what happened that week. And the Requiem, they did not play, and I don't think there's any level ups. We'll go to the team though, because obviously something's happened since, because they played earlier. The Mad Blow Ghoul. Is he just missing a game? Has he got a niggle? Oh, he's got a niggle. Oh no. Oh dear, he's sadly on borrowed time now. Luke Costello. I should really be looking at these. I've just missed this game, yeah. This is already gone naughty Bernie. They've got some nice pieces though. They've got some nice pieces, and he's developing them very, very well. Nice bit of cash in the bank. Yeah, I like these. I like these a lot. Shame about that though. Shame about Alistair getting a niggle, because obviously he's 7 now. And a niggle. Ugh. His days are numbered, I think. I really do. But yeah, it took 30k in the bank as well, so all good there. Right, the Dwarfs have got an amazing win this week. They got no injuries or no level ups. And let's hope this is a good team. Number 2, like I said, he's a very key player. He's been here all season. Grondok Troll, he's the enforcer. Turim is the ball handler. He's been a bit, I mean, I haven't seen many of his games. Maybe he protects him really well. But I've always thought, you know what? Just, if someone could take out Turim, this team all of a sudden is in a major spot. Because he doesn't really, I mean, his backup hasn't even got an XP, so he must be a new backup. But can you imagine if you could get rid of number 3? This team then would be in all sorts of trouble. But nobody's been able to do it. And he's been protected well. But all that stand firm. Decent amount of guard. Decent amount of Maya Blow. Norin gives the extra bit of strength as well. Always is useful. It's a team built the way Dwarfs usually do build. And it's going to be interesting if he can get it done now. Obviously, he has beaten the Dark Angels as well, and he beat the Chocolate Changelings. So, Juvasak took out both Dark Angel counterparts. But yeah, it's, again, very good coach, good team. Grondok Troll, gotta love him. I've just got a bad feeling something bad might happen to him by the end of the season. Don't want to really put down on it, Juby, but I don't know. I can see something happen. It doesn't sound good, does it? Maybe a stat bust of some sort. Head here first. But yeah, I hope you do really well, and it's great that we've got you and others chasing down the Dark Angels to make him more really excited by the end of the season. So well done to him. Now then, Jungle Beats. I could have thought, yeah, they got 3 levels. Number 1, Ariel, leveled up, got Mighty Blow. Number 6, Ophelia Balls. She got Kick Off Return. And number 11, Elsa, got Guard. So he's gone again with his blitzers. He's gone down the route of trying to, look, I've lost some Enforcer. I desperately need some more Mighty Blow. He's gone for Ariel. But I feel sorry for Watchtower because it's his blitzers what he's lost. And they were really good blitzers. The heart of the team's been ripped out. And he's still hanging in there. Having 3 level ups this week was really good for him. And hopefully, he can build a few more up by the end of the season. Because I'd love to see him back next season with these. I do like the Jungler Beats. Still's got some good pieces though, you know, the throw's not too bad. 2 catchers, built well. These two are now starting to look good. Dory and Nile are going to have to hurry up though and get up there. Tinkerbell looking good, Slimpy looking good. He's got some good compartments there for next season. And again, could he get himself a good transfer? Who knows? The Boondocks Keynes then, they've been through the wire, and obviously they've just played a game. Although they don't look too bad after playing that game. They might have lost, but it doesn't look like they've lost much, dare I say. But the week before, let's have a look. Sir Thomas Bolton was -1 AV. And he was one of their best Sauruses. Noah 2 Doocy was -1 on the Crocs. Does he still have that Crocs? No, he's got the replacement. Because I do believe he got -1 AV, but he already had one minus AV, so I think it was he -2? Or am I getting confused with the... Might be getting confused maybe with the recap. I'm sure he had block, but he had -2 AV, we put him on the AV7. You can't keep him, can you? No level ups, unfortunately. So, you know, he's feeling a bit down his Mundigo at the moment. You know, he's not the first. All I'll say though, mate, don't feel down. Really don't. I mean, seriously, let's have a look at this for positivity. Look at this bad boy. Come on, man, seriously. You don't see many of them. He's 5 off. You know, he is a really, really good piece. He is a really good piece. You got a Blodger. You got a show hands piece there as well. Jump up. He's got diving tackle. All right, your Crocs, unfortunately. AV8's not terrible. It's a standard average, and he's good. Duffy looks good. Maybe Friends next for that bad boy or break tackle. Couple of Blodgesaurus, some more guard there, a tackle block piece there. This is a really nice team. It's just they've had a really bad season, and there's plenty of stories. Like I've already said, bad season, stick at it. Next season, great season or good season. I honestly thought when I quickly looked on Discord, he was a bit down. I honestly thought this team would be an absolute car crash, but it's not. There's really, really good pieces here, especially number 13. Unfortunately, got no cash in the bank. That's the only negative, but this team is doable. Really is. And the thing is as well, what you got to remember is as well, I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, but hey, I always do. You're in 3A, so if you end up getting relegated into Division 4, on average, you should be playing against less developed teams and maybe some newer coaches. So technically, you could have a really good chance next season to really go somewhere. So think before you quit, because this team's pretty good, mate. This is a pretty solid team. I really was expecting this to be a car crash team now, but it's not. But hey, it's a good team. I like number 13. He's good. He's really, really good. Like I've said to people before, you want a bit of luck? Name one of your best players a postman, because he always delivers. And we talk about the Bairnies curse being a curse. Well, on the PS4, well, that's what the legend says. But on the PS4, the postman is regarded as a lucky charm. People have used the name before, and the postman has won more Champion Ladder finals, scoring the winning touchdown than any other character ever created. A little bit of fluff there for you, and that's a fact. So as I said to the other division, people worried about the Bairnies curse. If you want to combat it, get yourself a postman, because he always delivers. But yeah, on a serious note, Moondingo, all the best. If you quit, Blood will always be back for you if you need a break. But I'm telling you now, this team is pretty good. And honestly, mate, you just have one of those seasons, I think. Could all be different next season. My brother's embalmed. Oh man, what happened, Ravers? Come on, man. I was feeling so good. I was feeling so good. And we just couldn't get it done, could we, this week? But God, I love this team. I'm not a Khemri player, but I would quite happily play this team. I like it a lot. I tell you what, I like it that much. I haven't written anything down for it. That's how much I love this team. How have I not wrote anything down for this team? Oh, here we are. God, I tell you what, I'm blind as but I was like, no way have I missed these. Number 14, Angel of Mary or May? -1 agility. Number 14 it was. Oh, Angel of Mercy. Bloody hell, just look at the... Say what, old age kicking in there. It's his dead player. Doesn't make no difference. He doesn't need agility for booting people on the floor. One thing what I will say is, obviously, he suffered 7 casualties. So he must have had a bloody good regen on this. That's something I didn't look at. Five, yeah. 5 regions out of 7. Jesus. Not bad indeed. So yeah, so minus one agility on the kit on the dead player. I don't have to worry about that. The only sad thing is it's missing next game. But what can I say about this team? It's got good thrower. The second thrower has got a positive start with dodge. He's got two really good enforcers in Iron Hand and Dante, and his 4 Tomb Guardians are looking good. I'm sure he'd love to see Heavy Fuel get himself another level up. He's still got Fade to Black, who can obviously keep fouling. It's a good solid team. And like I said at the beginning of the season, I really fancied these, and they've done really, really well. And they've still got a chance of making the playoffs. And if he gets a free win this week because of the Norse, then that puts him in a really good spot to at least have a last-ditch attempt to make the playoffs. But I love this team, I really do. Especially these two team forces. Right, the top dogs of the division, Dark Angel, Lilith. Obviously, something might have changed this season, but from last week, number 9, Darth Hamiel, I presume he leveled up and he got agility. Are you serious? He got agility? Number 13, Darth, is that Dull Demon? I can't do my own bloody, yep. He got block, and that level ups. And he didn't lose anyone that week as well, so happy days against the Orcs. Obviously, it looks pretty good for the game he just played as well, but all that agility, I mean, that's 4 agility 5 pieces. Gotta love that. I don't, Darthing Duck he's obviously got Mighty Blow as well. Go like that. It's not a bad team, all that agility makes it brilliant. So they don't have problems scoring. I think you'd like a bit more guard though. 2's workable. Another couple would be better though. He's got 1 Mighty Blow. Would he want another one? The team, I think this team's lacking a leaper. That's what it's lacking. I think it needs a leaper. As you can see as well, no. Oh, there is one which Darth Nelly's. Oh god, that makes Darth Nelly dangerous, doesn't it? Agility 5. I'll be tempted with leap next. 2+ leap in. To a cage. Boom. Or leap over and save someone. Pretty nice one. Be interested to see what it does next with that one. But yeah, these are in the top spot. They're in the driving seat. It'd be interesting to see how they go. I'm really, really excited for this season's playoffs. Because, like I say about the Division 3, I mean, people say, oh well, they should have had more spots, but at least we know that we only got the 1 spot. But at least we know that's the top dog, and he hopefully will do really well for us in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, it's 4 agility 5 pieces too many. Do you really need 4 agility 5 pieces? That's what I'm asking. But then again, he loses a lot of plays, doesn't he? So he's probably thinking, you know what, Bernie? I lose plays all the time, so I better take it when I can. But yeah, good team. Pirates, obviously, we don't talk about. The Chackle Changelings. Alrighty then. Well, they're a bit of a bad one. Number 3, Agravain Volume 2 got a -1 movement. He was a new Lano. Number 15, Galahad, the V3 leveled up, and so did Tristan, who leveled up as well. Galahad got Strength 4. There comes his stats back, and Tristan got Minor Blow as well. They hit a rough patch, didn't they? The Changelings. They're fighting back again. Again, they've got some nice pieces here. 2 agility 5 and 3 strength pieces. So they've got a nucleus there. To be very, very competitive next season. And yeah, I mean, there's a few pieces a bit busted. He's great in the bank, but yeah, I think he's done really well. He's done really, really well. He's just come up against a few very good coaches who maybe just done a bit more or had a bit more good fortune and are going to probably stop him from making the playoffs. But next season, I can see this guy certainly challenging once again for the playoffs. And he's certainly, I mean, obviously that strength 4 is beautiful. I'd be tempted to get leap on one of these strength 4s. I really would. Because you're going to get leap in and get 2 die. It's all about getting the ball loose, isn't it? And finally, Fairy Harem finally starting to kick on and get some wins all of a sudden. Mag's leveled up and he got piling on. That's the Rat Ogre. Interesting. I get why he's done it, but then it's a 4+ to get back up if you don't blitz with him. A prone Rat Ogre isn't the best thing, is it? But he's got claw, so I guess why he's done it. Rear 2 got a level up as well. Fend. Yeah, I can see why. Because he's already got sprint, he's already got sure feet, he's got the movement, he's got the blodge. Only thing I would say was I'd have took catch. I think. Because if he's the guy who's your one-turner, and you put him on the LOS, you know, there's a few places where you could burn that precious reroll. You know? Maybe he's thinking, you know what, Benny, I've got sure feet. But you're still rolling GFRs 3 times. You know, you roll a 1 first time, you sure feet kick in. But then if you've used your reroll on the handoff, then you know you could easily. I mean, I've seen it so many times. I mean, bad balls. You know, even this week cost me a chance to stop him from my opponent from scoring from rolling double 1 on a GFI. But I think catch would have been better, I think, than fend. I'll be honest. Because if you roll a 1 even on the pickup, oh no, then if you thing is if you roll a 1 on a pickup and you're like crap, don't want to hand off now because if I roll another 1, I'm in trouble. But if you got the catch skill, you're like, oh well, okay, I can hand it off and I know I got it. Then I got the sure feet to kick in if need be. But I don't not like fend, but I just think catch might be a bit better. That's just my opinion. Number 9, Lydia got a -1 move. Is he still about? He is, believe it or not. So there you go. So that's all of them done. Like I said, I really apologise this way. It's just been bedlam with my work and everything else, and obviously no birthday pies or anything. Hopefully this week will be smoother. Like I said, if anybody wants to join me Wednesday, I'm trying to. Oh, that's my Alexa going off. If you can do Wednesday morning or Wednesday early afternoon, and you want to be on the show, let me know, because that is when I'm trying to get Division 3A done. The good news for me is obviously most of the games have been played already, so there's not many to go. So I'll be trying to get this done before the 4C, for definite. I can't really do any predictions. I can do the prediction on the top 2, obviously. I do believe Brothers and Band will get the win, and even if they are going to play the Norse, I'll still pick the Brothers to win. Charcoal Chainless versus Gorgasal 10. This is a really tricky one. I think the Dark Elves have a lot of firepower, but I do like the Orcs and the Might Blow and Diving Tackle as well. I should go for the Dark Elves, but you know what? I like Weewar. I think he's a special player, and I think Weewar will get the Orcs to win, and maybe a 2-1, 1-0 win. And Weewar will score a touchdown. Maybe the winning one. Fairy Harem versus Paris of Wells End. Well, this is a bad matchup for Fairy Harem. The thing is, though, and this is where I probably get suckered into the rats more, is they have got Claw. You know? And he's now got Piling on as a Rat Ogre. Let's go back to Keith. Steve. And he's got this guy as well. You know? And the thing with Dwarfs is, if you can knock a few of their case block Dwarfs out, they're not scary, are they? And he's got the firepower to do that. And any gaps, these rats are gonna get through. So I'm gonna go for the rats. So the Pirates of the World End, they'll be extremely happy going for the rats. And the rats will be my triple B banker. Because I just think they found the mojo back. He's got the tools to win. And I'm confident that the rats will win. 2-1, 3-1. That is my prediction. So there we go. I am trying to get a bit of a bonus for you guys next week. If I can, I can't promise. Where we're going to talk about... I'm going to try and drag a few guys in. Might even try and drag a few guys in. But if not, I'll use my contacts and try and get a few guys in you've never heard it before. What we're going to do is what I want to do is discuss the run to the players who we think has got the schedule and who we think is going to win, and then we'll talk about what we would do with your team. Would we re-roll? Would we get a new signing? What would we buy? And just all that sort of stuff. It's just advice. It's not saying you're doing anything wrong. It's just what we would do in your shoes, or try and help you or give you some advice. So I'm hoping to get some guys involved in that as well. I'll try and get Hunter, obviously, as well. But if I can get somebody else to come and help us, then I will do. I just want to do that as a bit of a thank you to you guys. Just so hopefully you'll get 2 recaps, or well, a recap and I don't know what you call it. What can we call it? The home run or something like that. Recap. The recap, the home run or something. So I'll try and get that done as well. I can't promise it, but the way my schedule's looking this week, there's a good chance I can get it done. Like I said, anybody who wants to go on the show next Wednesday, message me on Discord. It's just Bernie, and we'll try and get you on the show. The more the merrier. And that's it. That's the show done. Thanks for watching. Like I said, I apologise. It's a bit hashed this week. But hopefully next week we'll be back with all the lovely intros and other things I've got planned as well. And hopefully I can get that home run recap for you as well. So the teams who haven't played yet, good luck. And have a great weekend, what's left of it. And I'll see you next week. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.